ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। 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 ॐ Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om 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 Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Okay, greetings everyone, and welcome to our 19th day in a row of chanting to Lord Ganesha to honor his birthday, which is coming up in a couple of days. So it is Wednesday, August 19th, 2020. My name is Sucharita. Welcome everyone who is joining for the first time, and then those people who have been joining since August 1st, since Dr. Ply said, get chanting everyone and get the blessings of Ganesha, build that consciousness of Om Gum, the seed sounds to grow Ganesha tree inside of us. So we want the consciousness of Ganesha to be with us hereafter. And thank you everyone for contributing your time, your energy, your enthusiasm, your chanting, your prayers, your joy, your ups, your downs, everything that has been happening in these few weeks together. It's such a great blessing for all of us to be able to collectively hold hands energetically or etherically or virtually, however way you want to look at it, and contribute to creating a network of light workers who love Ganesha, and we want his consciousness to come into the earth plane so we can capture him with the net of people who have been so blessed internally to and guided internally to come and participate. So whether you're doing that live or whether you're doing that listening to the recording because you're in a different time zone or you've got other things going on, it's really great to keep that energy going. So we are going to dive into the practice today, and we are going to listen to Dr. Ply's video presentation. He's going to give us a message about Ganesha's birthday, and then we're going to come back after a few minutes of watching that. We're going to dive into a meditation practice, set us up for one of our final chanting days together, and then we will go ahead and chant 1008 Om Gums. And it's going to go pretty quick, so it'll be Om Gum, Om Gum, Om Gum, Om Gum. So that pace might be a little bit scary for people or difficult to hold on to and keep that focus. So just grab onto the sound gum, because gum is the seed sound for Ganesha. So we want to build that consciousness inside of us by planting that seed, gum. Om is omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. It's saying, hey, hello, heaven inside of me and heaven all around me. Let's tap into that frequency. Let's change from the channel that we're watching every day and throughout the day and get into a divine channel or a divine Wi-Fi connection. So Om is the key word that will help us to enter into the kingdom within as well as into the cosmos, align with that energy and call on Ganesha, build that consciousness inside of us, allow it to expand as we open up different body parts and imagine a light shifting, exploding beyond those body parts and shifting our consciousness into a different dimension from this third dimensional plane of existence here we call the earth plane, third rock from the sun. So we want to go into higher states of consciousness, access the blessings from those beings, and then draw that back into us. So you'll hear me say the words shift dimensions, meaning that just be present. You can't think, oh, I'm going to go to this dimension. You don't even know what's beyond the third dimension. Or maybe you do and you want to go somewhere else. So just allow the energy to take you there, the light, the sound vibrations, the Om Gum waves of energy to take you into those dimensions that will tap on the doors of those divine beings who will say, hey, what's up? I'm coming to your party. So you will draw that energy back in because a void has been created inside of us. So whenever there's a void created in the universe, it gets filled. So we're going to send out anything that is no longer serving us. And with that light, it's going to go beyond this dimension. We're going to shift. We're going to be present to it. We might even shake a little bit. We might even feel really like sleepy, tired. If you do, please be safe. Don't fall over off your chair. It has happened to people. So Without further ado, let's get into it, and you'll be guided accordingly. If you fall asleep, that's fine. If you can't chant as quickly out loud or internally, or you don't want to chant at all, you just want to be present, you're just gonna do whatever is natural for you today, and that will be perfect. So let's get into Dr. Pillai's message, and then we will come back together shortly for our chanting practice.
This happens to be a very sacred day. It's the birthday of Ganesha, called Ganesha Chaturthi, the fourth moon on which Ganesha was born. And this birthday of Ganesha is particularly significant just for the entire world. The Hindus believe in a cyclical calendar. Everything gets repeated over a period of time, and the repetition could be as small as the 60-year period. 60-year period, every 60-year period, the calendar repeats itself. And then it could be a repetition of a longer period of 5,000 years cycles, and then at another larger unit, and it goes on and on and on. So, from the perspective of the cyclical calendar, Ganesha, the deity, also appears in a different form. From this year onwards, he is no longer going to be recognized as one with an elephant head. The elephant-headed Ganesha that you see here, I'm going to pick him up and show it to you, is the one that most people are familiar with, but his time is coming to an end, or has already come to an end. So what he is going to be, the next form that he is going to appear, is a form that was prior to his getting this elephant head. There is a story of how he got the elephant head. There was a fight between him and his father, Shiva. And during this battle, Shiva beheaded his own son, not knowing that he was created by Parvati from out of her own body. And upon the request of Parvati, Shiva then gave an elephant head to Ganesha. That's how he got the elephant head. The story has several layers of meaning and significance. I'm not going to go into that, because that's not relevant for now, because that's not the Ganesha that's going to be active from this year onwards. So the Ganesha that's going to be active, or who is going to be active, is the human-headed Ganesha. We started it a little some time ago, because I was preparing people to the concept of the human-headed Ganesha prior to his elephant head. This human-headed Ganesha has a temple. It was very strange that last Ganesha's birthday last year, and I ended up at this place, at this temple of the human-headed Ganesha, in a miraculous way. I was not going to go there, but I lost my way, and then I was going to some place, and the driver was a new driver. He did not know where he was going. So I ended up at the Ganesha temple, where some of my students have been doing a ritual, like breaking coconuts, truckloads of coconuts. So I just ended up visiting that place quite accidentally. The reason why I'm saying that is now that small temple, which was a very small shrine, which is like 8 by 8, is now going through a major renovation that they are trying to build a huge temple for this human-headed Ganesha. Not many people know about that, but then I think that all the coconuts, truckloads of coconuts that we broke, have been very, very powerful in order to get him a new home, a bigger home, and more recognition too. So this is indicative of a new era of Satyuga coming into the earth plane, so that the earth plane itself will evolve. So I'm going to talk about this new Ganesha and how we can welcome him in our own life, and how we can relate to him in his new form as a human-headed Ganesha. He still will be Ganesha. Ganesha simply means one who is in control of the Ganas. Ganas are angels who have a tremendous amount of powers, and he is the leader of the angels, and the angels are in his control. That's why Ganesha is very important deity. Everybody who worships him, including gods, because he is the leader of the angels who just go and take care of the world, and whenever there is a problem, these are the angels that go and protect us. So I will talk about the new Ganesha and how to worship him and how to welcome him in our life.
So there we have it. Adi Ganapati is the human-headed Ganesha. You can see him on the bookshelf behind me. I'll bring him to the forefront during the discussion, but for now, let's get into a meditative state. And we're going to clear out any thoughts that have been bombarding our consciousness, or we feel like we're out of sorts. We've been building this consciousness and we've been throwing out all the stuff that's no longer serving us. And it's been a bit of a cleansing process, to say the least, and that can cause us to feel like nothing is happening, but a lot has been happening. And we have to trust that. It's a process that Dr. Pillai is guiding our souls to do. Otherwise, why would we do this? So, and then collectively, we are doing something for the whole world, whether we knew that, whether we signed up for that or not. It's always what happens in a community of spiritual practitioners, in that we always want to make the world a little bit better than it has been every day. So day in, day out, our spiritual practices collectively will do that. The vibration will radiate out into the rest of the world. So let's get started with a cleansing process where we're going to activate the chakras. We're going to call on Ganesha, and we are going to call on Dr. Pillai to bless the whole process. We only have a couple more days together, so we want to get the most out of it. So whatever has gone on up until this point, just allow it to be thrown into this space that will be created, and the cosmos will transmute it and recycle it. So energy is never lost, it's just recycled. So it will be recycled, and the energy will come back, being filtered or cleansed, if you will, with the grace and the blessings of the divine beings, the Ganas, who Ganesha is the head of. So Ganesha may not just be one experience that you are having when you maybe are going through the chanting and you see him. Maybe you will feel the presence of many beings, and those are the beings who are going to come in and perhaps even do some psychic surgery. So you might feel some things being rooted out or cut out of you, or you're poked and prodded a little bit here and there. Now, don't be stressed out. It can happen. People have felt like there was a drilling going on in my brain. And then after that, it was just like, whoa, I felt electricity moving through me. I felt rewired, or I felt brainwashed. I felt cleansed or uplifted. I felt lighter. I felt light. I saw light. So that's what these ganas do. They are going to be coming in and cleaning up our consciousness, just as we would as a gardener going into the garden and weeding out the weeds, taking out the weeds, and then planting the seeds, or taking care of the little roots of the new sprouts. So let's get started. Close your eyes, put your attention internally, focus on the base of your spine, also known as the Muladhara, or the root chakra. Imagine a reddish orangish light pouring down your legs into your feet and toes. So this reddish orangish light is like the light around the sunset or the sunrise, that pinkish, reddish, orangish, beautiful hue. It's like liquid light pouring down your legs into your feet. Even through the soles of your feet, you can feel the connection to the ground. And then the energy, when the light comes back up through the feet, through the legs, up, clearing the knees out, the hips, into the pelvic region. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now, visualize a ray of light shooting up your backbone in your subtle body that corresponds with your physical spine, your backbone. Imagine it piercing all the chakras, the psycho-spiritual centers that are stacked up on top of one another in your backbone. This light shoots up through the top of the skull and goes into the space. Allow it to go up, up, up. Sending out an SOS to Ganesha, all divine beings, for help, assistance in removing your stubborn karmas, the challenges on so many levels, so many different aspects of your life. Feel the empowerment coming back into the top of your skull with a bright white light, piercing the top of your skull, keeping you very steady. As the light enters your brain, lights it up, 2 beams of light enter your eyes, filling them. 2 beams of light enter your ears, piercing your eardrums, going inside the brain, lighting up the inside of the head. 2 beams of light shoot up your nostrils, where they meet on the spot between your 2 eyebrows on your forehead. Another beam of light enters that spot, pierces it, and goes into the middle of your brain, activating the 3rd eye. Another beam of light enters your mouth, pierces your tongue, and fills your tongue with light. All the way to the back of the tongue, into the back of the throat, the whole mouth fills with light. We'll call on Dr. Pillai to appear in his light form. It's a vast light that penetrates our whole being, embraces us from head to toe, enlivens the chakras, enlivens all these beams of light in the eyes, the ears, the nostrils, the mouth, the tongue, the third eye, the brain. The whole body lights up. It's burning from head to toe. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Embrace the light. Put your attention on the base of your spine. And we'll begin the practice. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. The light explodes beyond the root chakra in all directions, shift dimensions. Now, bring your attention into your navel chakra, your belly. Fill it with light and the sounds. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. 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 Om The light explodes beyond the belly, beyond the navel chakra in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now bring your attention into the middle of your chest, the heart center. Fill it with a light. Feel the heart expanding. Breathing the light, the sounds of Ganesha in the heart. Om gam 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 om gam. The light explodes beyond the heart center in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now bring your attentional energy up into your throat. The throat is the keeper of the stubborn, challenging, difficult karmas. Pierce the Adam's apple in the throat with a blue light, a beam of laser blue light. This laser beam of light is going to diffuse the stubborn karma and bring life into you. Energy, intelligence. Ganesha in the throat. Om gam 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 om gam. The light explodes beyond the throat in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now bring your attention into the middle of your brain, the third eye. Imagine an opening, an expansion, a pulse, tingling in the middle of your brain, light and sounds. Om gam 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 om gam. The light explodes beyond the middle of your brain, beyond the third eye. Shift dimensions. Now bring your attentional energy to the top of your brain, the crown chakra. Feel tingling where that light came from. The heavens, it's piercing the top of the skull. It's lighting up the top of your skull. The brain is lit up. Om gam 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 om gam. The light explodes beyond the top of your brain in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now put your attention inside of your two eyes. Receive the light filling up the eyes. The sockets are burning with this light, burning the karma that we see every day that isn't serving us. Burn it with the light. Enliven the eyes with the light of Ganesha, the sounds. Om gam 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 om gam. The light explodes beyond the eyes in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now, put your attention on your ears. Pierce your eardrums with lights. The two beams of light enter your ears, piercing your eardrums, lighting up the brain inside the head. Even the face feels the heat of the light. Om gam 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 om gam. The light explodes beyond the ears in all directions. Shift dimensions. Send two beams of light up your nostrils. Om gam 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 om gam. The light explodes beyond the nostrils in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now light enters the mouth, pierces the tongue, lights it up, lights up the back of the tongue, even into the back of the throat, and the whole mouth feels the expansion of the light energy and the sounds. Om gam 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 om gam. The light explodes beyond the mouth in all directions. Shift dimensions. The whole head is lit up, the brain is lit up. The light pours down into the throat, the neck, the shoulders, diffusing the stubborn karma that feels like the weight of the world is on the shoulders. Diffuse it. The light pours down the arms, into the hands, out the palms, out the fingertips. Om gam, 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 om gam. Om gam, 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 om gam. The light explodes beyond the arms in all directions, shift dimensions. Pour your attentional energy down the core of your body. The light enters the organs of the body, in the chest, all the way down into the pelvic region. Inside, outside, the light is releasing or relieving you of toxins and enlivening, bringing vitality to the organs in the body. Om gam, 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 om gam. Om gam, 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 om gam. Om gam, 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 om gam. Om gam. Om gam. The light explodes beyond the body in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now your attentional energy pours down your legs, into your feet, into the soles of your feet, through the soles of your feet, into the ground. Om gam, 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 om gam. Om gam, 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 om gam. Om gam, om gam. The light explodes beyond the legs in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now, allow the light to come up from the ground through the soles of the feet, filling the feet, the shins, the calves, the knees, the thighs, the pelvic region, moving up through the torso, enlivening all the chakras, enlivening the organs inside the body, the chest, the arms and hands light up, the light moves up the neck, the whole face, the eyes, the ears, the nostrils, the tongue, the mouth, the throat, the third eye, the brain, is throbbing with light. It bursts beyond the body into the aura surrounding the whole body. Once again, allow Dr. PILLAI'S light to embrace you, empower you to merge with the consciousness of Ganesha. You are Ganesha from head to toe, inside, outside. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. The light of Ganesha explodes in all directions. Shift dimensions. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace to the world, peace to all beings. As you're slowly, slowly coming back, letting go of the whole process, take notice or observe what is going on inside of you, all around you, what your thoughts are, what you remember or recall from the whole process. Make a prayer to Dr. PILLAI for bringing your soul, guiding your soul to be here, get filled with Ganesha. Thank everyone for contributing to the practice that you couldn't do on your own, with all this extra energy, exponentially taking us to realms to be healed, so we can share that healing energy with others. Pray for whatever it is that you want. and pray for people who need it the most. Food, clothing, shelter, medicine, clean water, education, love. And just let go. So this will come back. Thank you so much for joining. Those of you who need to go, we'll see you tomorrow, same time. For those of you who are going to stay, this is part of the call where we can share our experiences, perhaps inspire others. And then I can't even speak. There's so much great energy. So let's get into the chat and see what's happening there. You're welcome to post a note to the chat. Most people who have been coming, they share beautiful experiences, their gratitude, which is the best attitude to have in life. If that's all we ever said was thank you to everything, every moment, regardless of whether it's perceived as being crappy or good, being grateful to be alive and to see what we can learn from all of it. That's what the soul wanted to do in this lifetime. So we don't want to blink and miss this life. And having the blessings of these divine beings, and then everybody here contributing to raising the vibration, uplifting the consciousness so that we can quickly come out of those difficult times and see the silver lining or the gold lining in the situation. Sue was saying, I'm speechless. Oh, lovely. It was like, whoa, I can't, words, what? Oh, someone said, talk about peeling that onion. So for those people who are from a different country or a different culture and you don't know what that is referencing, when we peel back the layers of an onion, we cry. So we're peeling back the layers of our consciousness that have just been, stuffing our soul's consciousness down, covering it up. So as that gets peeled away or dissolved away, like the onion, for no reason, we're just crying. It's not painful. It's just that the divine is finally able to come through. And it's, yes, it could be, emotional, but it's also very profound and shifting our consciousness, making us to realize how we have trapped our own souls. No one did it. We do it. So the layers, that's a great metaphor analogy, is that the layers of the onion, as they peel it away, and as we get to the very inside, there's nothing left. It's only the soul, the light. Ivan is saying the light is so beautiful. I'm getting a bit emotional now. It is, it is. Debbie's saying, I think it's because it's so beautiful, it just touches your soul. Yeah, it's our BFF. And we've been hiding it away. Dr. Ply and many of the masters, when they write about it, it's like we're in a prison. Our true self is it's stuck inside of this physical being that has a bunch of memories and emotions and thoughts, and it's just layers upon layers, and it's stuck, it's in prison, it wants to break free. So that's what consciousness is. It's this ability to go beyond what is in this physical existence and then grab the consciousness of the divine and then fill us up, feed that soul of ours so it will grow big and then we will have human experiences, but they will be so much more deeper, meaningful, fulfilling, profound, shifting not only ourselves but others. So we can't just talk about spirituality. We must experience it. So it sounds like people are experiencing that. I have waterworks going on, Debbie says. Thank you, many blessings. Awesome. Oh, Ivan says, thank you so much. I don't deserve this. I'm so grateful. We all deserve it. Everyone qualifies at the level of the soul to be God realized. So God is in us. It's our birthright. We need to birth it again and again and again. And we can't do it on our own. Well, we could, but it will take so long. And so Ganesha is the first and foremost, and his energy is inside of us. It's at the base of the spine, and the floodgates open when we call on him, and the Kundalini shoots up, and then it expands, and we shift dimensions, but we don't necessarily pay attention to it. So this has been a beautiful journey with everyone to experience and have that feedback for others to, including myself, to, oh yes, I have to bring so much attention because it's precious. This is my precious soul. When do we get to do this? So great feedback, everyone. And Babaji, Dr. Ply is the one who is guiding the whole process. He's brought our souls to this level of our evolution, and he has brought us together in this global classroom. And we don't have to get grades. We all qualify. We all deserve it. We all are ready to bring in God consciousness into the earth plane and raise our God consciousness to meet it. So we're creating that network or that communication stream of communication that is the highest education. So Debbie's saying, yes, you do deserve this. Hi, then, you are worthy. Yes, we all are. And it's not something that you go around saying in your life, I deserve to be, but here you can, you can rejoice in it. And we all have our moments where we experience the dark night of the soul, meaning it's not just a night, it can go on forever and ever, where we're like, I don't know if I'm getting this. I'm not sure if I'm moving or progressing forward on my spiritual path, or I'm not really seeing my life change. That's what people say. I've been doing chanting for 20 days and my life is not changing. Your life has been a mess for your whole life. So what's 20 days? That's a drop in the bucket. That all you need is a drop in the bucket. So just shift the attitude. The attitude is everything. You can do mantras, you can do meditations, you can do remedies, you can do all kinds of things. You can go on pilgrimages, but your attitude must change. That is the thing that the divine wants us to do. It wants us to see that, whoa, we're just a bunch of kids kicking and complaining. And we need to mature. We need to grow into our soul's consciousness, which is super consciousness. So we are deserving of it, and we are on track, and just keep going, even during those dark nights of the soul time where nothing seems to be happening. But just like the saints, they say that saints are sinners who never give up. As saints, when you read about them or you hear about them, they will say, oh, I made this mistake, I made that mistake, I thought this thought, I am full of all these negative thoughts. Like, they're really hard on themselves. So we're kind of, on the same track. Nobody is better or worse off than the other. It's our perspective on, even if you have negative thoughts, chanting a mantra is going to diffuse it. So that is how you come out of your tough karma. You're not ratcheting it out all the time. You're, okay, it's there, but then you're chipping away at it. Like you would be chipping away at a beautiful piece of artwork that comes out as a beautiful sculpture. You can't really see, it's just a hunk of slab of stone or some metal, and you're just hammering or chipping away at it, and then it becomes this beautiful. So we got to kind of hammer the sounds into us, or nail them into us. I don't want to get too constructive, but that's what happens. We're building, so we're constructing a new consciousness. We've got to pin it to us, because the other karma is so strong. And they have done studies where pretty much 95% of human thinking is The first thing is no. It's negating. It negates life. It negates. That's just what it does naturally. So we really have to hammer it and then bring in the divine consciousness, which you only need 5%. So just bring that in, and that's going to supersede it and keep it down. Titna saying here, I'm grateful. I don't know where I was. Great. I love hearing that. Everyone needs peace and blessings. Yes, Sharita. Debbie's saying it's so beautiful. Adrienne is saying, I meditated with a lemon. The lemon then felt prickly, also just as Sutrita. I'm not sure what that means. If I'm prickly or something I said was prickly. Anyways, we'll go on to Sue. Everyone needs this peace. So grateful. Pedro is saying here, thank you, Lord Ganesha. Dr. Ply, Sutrita, and to you all. Yeah, so it's great when we can be grateful and full of greatness. We just feel like there's so much more. Adrienne is saying, began chanting Shanti, a black and white kitten, something, was born. Whoa, cool. Sushmita is saying, Sutrita, you see the light in the mouth. Oh, you say you see the light in the mouth, ears, nose, etc. You start with seeing reddish orangish light. So do we see the same reddish orangish light in the mouth, ears, etc.? You just see whatever light comes. The reddish orangish light is the light frequency that Ganesha rides on. But it could be golden light, it could be white light, it could be red, it could be any light, it could be blue, especially in the throat. Specifically, we want to put laser beam of blue light because the blue light represents health and wellness and vitality, life. So we can't necessarily say what everyone is going to experience as far as lights go, the colors of lights go, because everyone's going to have their own unique experience and it's going to change. No two meditation processes are the same. And if we try to repeat it, then we're kind of tethering ourselves to the past. And we're trying to replicate where life is alive. It's brand spanking new every moment. So we'll just have different versions of it. And that's the wonder, like Christ was saying, you have to have the wonder of a child. I wonder what this is going to be happening now, what color it's going to be. Oh, wow, cool. Look at that color. So be in that sense of wonder and awe and joy and happiness and no expectations. Kids don't have any expectations. They're just like brand new to the earth plane, little kids. So they've just been in heaven. They're like, yeah, I see everything as candy and toys, fabulous stuff. So they're always open to, wow, what's going on here? What's going on? All the wonder of a child is the wonder of God. Magic was saying, thank you so much. I was yawning most of the time during the chanting. What does it mean? Yeah, we've experienced that. Last night during the chanting, I hiccuped a lot. So when you're yawning or hiccuping, it's a physical attempt to expand the consciousness, expand the physical, and the divine gets in, and there's such a rush of energy. It's like you've run out of breath, or you're like, you're trying to grasp the energy that's coming in or calibrate with that energy. So I've always loved sharing about when Dr. Pillai, when I first started studying with him, and he was like this big and on a stage, and there was all these 500 people, and I was way at the back, and you just heard him. He was hiccuping, and he didn't realize he was, because he was in such an altered state, and the whole room was lit up, and everybody was just so full of joy, and no one even noticed that he was hiccuping, but they kind of did, and we were just in this kind of, it was a really joyous state. And then Dr. Pillai had said, when the divine comes in, it comes in full on, and you're you're yawning, you're passing out, you're hiccuping, you're trying to expand. And some people have what they call spontaneous kriyas. So these movements in the body, or these, jolts. So it feels like electricity, or it feels like your body jolts, or you might even have gone so deep that you get the turkey neck, the bob of the head. So that's what it means. Magic in a nutshell. Marius is saying, what is Dr. Ply's doctorhood? Is he a medical doctor? He's a PhD in religion. And he's got some masters and things like that. You can check it out on Ply Center. He's got a whole list of celebrations. Anjali is saying here, what a beautiful name, Anjali. Thank you. This meditation has helped me in all areas of my life. Wonderful. Lulu is saying here, thanks so much to everyone blessed to share this beautiful meditation. Sue is saying, Sucharita, can you continue with us for another 21 days? I'll see what the boss says. I'm just a guest. I'm a guest speaker. Mira is saying here, doctor of the soul. Yes, Dr. Ply is a doctor of the soul. Yeah. That's where all the memory of disease of the body, the mind, the emotions, it's all stored in the soul. That's where it's written. So he's going to go in, surgically remove, or bring your attention to that which needs to be healed. And then that truth sets us free. So he will show us what we cannot see, like the blind spot. We're looking over our shoulder, looking in the mirror, and then we have to really turn to make sure that the car doesn't come when we're driving. So that blind spot, that's what Dr. Ply does. He sees what we cannot see, and then he shows it to us. Elizabeth saying, I'm so grateful for this free program with the ability to chant together. Can we watch and participate in the recordings of these videos past Ganesha's birthday? You can definitely, it will be there on YouTube forever. So you can, and this is what people were doing with the Shri Mrizi chanting we did it was a bit of a marathon, maybe like 57 days, but who's counting? So then people were watching it, they had missed it, they didn't know about it, and then they re-watched it for that period of time. So maybe people here who you didn't do the 21 days within the 21 days, you can go back and count 21 days. That doesn't have to be successive. It can be just, when you have time, or maybe you can do 2 times a day and catch up. You're very welcome, Michaeline. Marius is saying here, Oscar Wilde said, every saint has a past, every sinner has a future. There you go. And Dr. Ply, it's great. Dr. Ply says, what is sin? Sin is a mistake. We just miss the mark. We misinterpret what we're doing. So we misunderstand, or we miss the mark. We don't hit the target that we want to hit. So it's not like so much about good or bad or right or wrong. We have to learn from it. And that's what our soul wanted to do. It didn't want it to all be warm and fuzzy, because that can be like marshmallow, just going along comfy. And we get bored of that. Just look in your life when everything was going super smooth, not that you wanted it to get disrupted, but all of a sudden the divine just shook you up a little bit to get you out of that comfort zone so you will grow. So it's we don't want to miss the mark. We want to keep going. And it feels sometimes like we're making mistakes, or we're not doing it correctly, or we're good, bad, the other thing, judgmental about the whole process. But then you just don't give up, just keep going. Is there a specific way to slice or cut the lemon? No, just cut it, chop it in half, throw it out. Ivan says, these Vedic sounds like Brazi, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Gum are creating layers and layers of divine consciousness in my life. Great. Yes, I got your email, Marius, and I will respond. I was very busy today and I didn't want to just say, hey, thanks, because you put in a lot of beautiful comments in there and I wanted to make sure I answered you correctly. Debbie is saying, what do you think about connecting through WhatsApp after Friday so we can stay connected? This is totally up to you. I'm on so many WhatsApp and a lot of people are, and stay connected. Come to Power Time Practice. We're going to be joining together on Saturday, even though we're ending this chanting, this Ganesha chanting on Ganesha's birthday on Friday. Here in Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Then Saturday at 10 p.m., the same time, Eastern Daylight Savings Time, is when we have our weekly call with the global community. It's free. And then we come together and we will give you a heads up of what is happening in the week ahead, give you a deep meditation practice of all those divine beings who you may or may not know, who are ready to open the door every day for you. So you'll know what to do, when to do it, how to do it. You'll be in the right place at the right time. And then you'll hear from people who are in different courses, and then that might inspire you to explore that. So that's how we can stay connected every week. The offerings we give to Ganesha, what do we do with them after? You can, if you give him some sweets or some mango, you can cut it up and then you can give it to you can eat it yourself or share it with your family members, your friends, whatever. And they will get Ganesha's blessings. You don't have to say anything. You will just observe and see what happens afterwards. Wonder what's happening. So you can do that. And with the coconut, if you're offering it as a surrogate technology that will absorb all the negativity, then you don't want to eat it. You can just smash it and leave it in your garden or throw it in the trash, and that will feed ants and bugs and everything. So, or the animals will come and get it, and that's fine. I have fat squirrels. They love it. Seriously, they come and they're like, where's my coconut? Marius is saying, today I discovered an elephant-headed goddess. Her name is Vinayaki. Oh, cool. Oh, Sue is saying, I cut my lime into many pieces. It felt good. Yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to get into it. We want to bust our karma. We want to smash it. We want to experience something and go cut it up and just imagine our karma. We're taking full on responsibility for this. We're not just doing this for fun. Well, it kind of is fun because you feel so good after. Because it's a spiritual technology that not too many people would, first of all, they'd be kind of like, what, really? At the level that Dr. Ply gives it, it's just like, go do this thing. He has the authority to guide your soul, to use this spiritual technology, go get rid of your karma, because we won't believe that he can do it. Or we won't believe that the remedies or the chanting can do it. But when you pick up that coconut and you put all your crazy into the coconut and you go smash that, it's as if this, your soul came in and just said, yes, go crash that karma. And you're just like, whoa, who is this? Then you get to know, wow, that's a powerhouse inside of me. You're very welcome. Maris is saying here, been fasting for the new moon day, started sunset night before the new moon day, fasting till sunrise the day after, break my fast in 2 hours. Yay. Wow, you are impressive. Awesome. Jane is saying here, thanks to Truth, I've gained a lot in this amazing journey. Wonderful. That's what we want to hear. All right, Debbie is wrapping us up with a good night, everyone. Many blessings. So let's leave it at that. So thanks everyone. Please consider, if you are able to, participate sponsoring some Ganesha celebration through Pillai Center Ashram. Please go ahead and do that. Check it out at least. If you can't afford it, then go read about it. Read what is going on so you can feel, your soul can know, okay, I can participate this at the level of my my soul. My soul can get the food for thought, and it can get satisfied. And then maybe someday down the road, we'll be able to sponsor. So don't think, oh, geez, you know, I'm not even going to look at it. Please read it. It's just, knowledge is power, and knowledge of the divine will empower you, and you will find a way to participate in a way that God only knows what you can and cannot do. So no hard or fast rules. Don't feel bad or good about it. Just get it done. Elizabeth is saying, I just jumped over here from my other call. I've been talking to Ganesha all day, and I believe he's with me. Tasks are straightforward in so many ways. It's real. Awesome. Awesome. Great. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Thanks to Radha. Thanks to anyone else who has been here from Pillai Center, who's helping out with the chat. And God bless you all. God bless Dr. Pillai for bringing us. We have 2 more days together, Thursday and Friday. So let's do it. Let's make this a beautiful experience and see what happens with all the culmination of all of our efforts, all of our prayers. And that 21 days is where we just break all the bad habits that have been separating us from Ganesha, and then bring in him, his consciousness. So God bless you all. Namaste, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time.